Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Bear with us one moment.
Just got it.
Khan, you got it?
Mm-hmm.
Khan. Salakia. Give me 1 second. Can you do the introduction, priest? Salakia.
Yeah, I got you. All right, shalom, shalom. The brothers from Great Millstone coming back with another Lord willing edifying lesson to feed the elect of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And before we get started with this lesson, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Bahakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect that's out here laboring in all truth and sincerity. To you, we say shalom. All right, and pretty much in this lesson, you know, me and the brother Tazwan was speaking about this last week, dealing with this whole, even though we know it's a distraction, but it's still good, good to go into because it's still, pertaining to prophecy in a way with this whole, AI situation with the music, okay? Because just as you had, a few months back to about a year ago, the whole Hollywood, SGA strikes, the writer strikes or whatever, because they understood how they were being moved out the way, for the AI, that was able to pretty much use their likeness against their willing. You know, the same thing is being done with this music, which shows you how Babylon is done. Because now Esau is showing you Jakes more and more that you are now obsolete to him, man. Okay, because with the use of this, AI, they're able to pretty much use your likeness to the point to where it literally sounds and looks like Jake to where, like I said, you're no longer needed, man. All right.
Mm.
So this just going into showing you how Babylon the Great is being is being brought low and the life is being sucked out of this place, man. All right.
Khan. Priest, I had a quick preset for you.
You got
The
it.
point is in the ladder. This came to mind when you made mention of the SGA strikes and how this technology is pretty much taking Jake's image and likeness and being used for the profit of Esau,
Mm-hmm.
right? This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and
Mm-hmm.
made no account of his labors.
Mm-hmm.
Most
And they
definitely.
haven't made they haven't made a count of Jake's labor because here it is. Jake that made excuse me. Jake that made Hollywood billions of dollars. And what's coming out is that these celebrities, they're getting paid pennies. You had that video of Taraji P. Henson crying, talking about the math ain't mathing, because she is severely underpaid as being one of the top, female so-called black actresses. You had Terrence Howard, suing, Hollywood because he's been, grossly underpaid. And that goes to all these so-called celebrities, which shows you selling out to Esau is really stupid because you really aren't, being paid what your worth is, man. All right, and these devils get off on pretty much shitting you out of your money, man. When you sign these whack ass contracts, you are literally giving yourself, your spirit, your likeness over to this man for nothing, you know.
Exactly. Yep.
And then on top of that, I want to add too, the ones that's speaking out against it, they're not really being heard because like you had many artists as of late speaking out against the dangers of the AI for the whole purpose of their music being stolen from them. But then when you look at the deeper picture of what this AI is capable of, man, as we've been discussing, throughout the years, Esau is going to use this AI for different things such as deep fake, for the framing ultimately of us,
Right.
because with this technology they're able to use, our faces, our voices, and it's going to be used to portray things and say and make us say things that we didn't do and didn't say, man, all for persecution's sake, man. But we're bringing this out is to show you the surface level of what's happening, but also to give you warning on the deeper, meanings of this witchcraft and what it's capable of, man.
That's right. Go ahead and play the video.
Mm-hmm.
First, you gotta get a beat that sound like chaos in the world is
That coming
ending.
through
So
clear?
this a beat that I cooked up. You gotta write some lyrics and spit them the way that K-Dot would write them and spit.
Priest, is that coming through clear?
It's coming clear on my end. Let me just make sure on YouTube.
Okay, Con. I just wanted to make sure that the audio was coming through.
Con.
I'll restart it.
Yep, it's good.
Okay, Con. I'll restart it.
Con.
First, you gotta get a beat that sound like chaos in the world is ending. So this a beat that I cooked up. And you gotta write some lyrics and spit them the way that K-Dot would write them and spit them. Utter my name 3 times in front of your mirror. You hesitate to proceed after you reconsider. I know Kendrick Lamar likes to emphasize his T's. Party. He can party. So we gotta incorporate that. Grab your Glocks when you see K-Dot. See that hard T I was telling y'all about? Dot. Most people just say dot. He dot. Last but not least, I gotta put my beat tag on it. Now let's listen to how the finish result sound.
Grab your Glocks when you see K-Dot. Better car ghostwriters just to beat K-Dot. I came with a full clip but only need one shot.
Now, this song is viral on YouTube. It's called One Shot. I ain't gonna lie, I shocked myself. I thought it was gonna sound fake. I thought people was gonna be able to tell it was fake. People think it's actually real. So I just want to come out for the record and say that it's AI. That's not Kendrick's response. I know Kendrick gonna come harder than that. I just couldn't get too disrespectful because I ain't in a beef. You feel me? Ain't nobody diss me. It's actually funny. I seen Drake heard it and commented. He laughed.
Man.
Witchcraft, man. That is witchcraft that's being used, all right, for quote unquote fun right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see how you Jakes are going to use this or deal with this in the future, because as we're seeing the complications of this taking place already, where you having these scam calls that people are getting got with, using these people's children as hostage situation, telling them they need money and all that. So this is the beginning of what Esau is about to use, to come against the prophets, but ultimately against the people in general.
Gosh, may I get a precept for you, priest?
You got it.
Psalms chapter 50 and verse 19. It says, "Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit."
Mm-hmm. You got it.
And we know that the tongue, right? Esau's speech, one of his ways that he's able to speak is through what? His media, man. All right. And he's used that and weaponized it to bring forth deception and push his deception through the world. And this usage of technology is going to allow him to forward his deception upon the sheeple. Okay. Verse 20, it says, "Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son." Okay. And who is the son of Esau's mother? Jacob, his brother, his twin brother, who he's continuously slandering, who he's continuously been in opposition with, who he's continually had perpetual hatred, from Esau, Edom, all the way down through his seed line. Okay. And as the brother priest Amawan has said, he's planning to utilize this technology, this AI, to create different means to bring about persecution and be justified in it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, what we see happening right now is all shits and giggles, right? But this is a very dangerous type of device to be held within the hand of the wicked.
Facts. Real quick, this is Psalm 64 and 1. It says, "Hear my voice, O Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not." And this is, ultimately what we see being set up, man. Okay, because in these secret councils that we know are taking place amongst these elites, we know that these devils are constantly, coming up with different ways to come against us and to pretty much, get us out the way. So, as the brother just said, this technology, all right, though it's being, used by the public, for their leisure. You have the AI for the music, You have, AI for the, the different, images or whatnot. These things are going to be used for a nefarious purpose in the future, because as really what's going on with this AI, what these people don't realize is that it's actually learning, all right, the mannerisms of the people that's using it. So when you're using these prompts to make these images, when you're on these different apps, you notice that AI is literally on everything now, and it's doing that because it's learning the mannerisms of the people. All right, how you are, how you think, how you talk, and it's learning and growing to the point to where it's getting to where people are fearing, where it's called AGI, all right, artificial general intelligence, pretty much where AI will become a god, all right, and that's what Esau is setting up to take place. Is that Esau wants AI to pretty much be the ruler of how this world's going to be governed. So you're going to have the robot policeman, all right, pretty much controlling everything, which we see being set up with this beast system as far as the social credit system and all these other things, man. All right, so we see the bigger picture of what all this is being set up for. But the main thing that Esau is doing this for is to use this to come against us, which is why he's allowing the public to have fun with this shit right now, man. And like I said, these celebrities, Drake, and because like I said, it's all fun and games right now. We see, this whole quote unquote beef with Drake and Kendrick Lamar, and they said that Drake is using this AI to pretty much, poke fun at Kendrick, and he's paying off these different guys to make these different artificial songs that sound like Kendrick, but in the bigger scheme of things, we can see that this will be used for persecution in the near future, man. Okay, so we have to prepare as part of the accuser of our brethren. This accusation, all right, is being set up as we speak, man.
God, right? Because if I may add, I like to expound on that Psalm 64 and verse 2, right? Because that insurrection, right, is prophesied, as we were discussing before, all right, to take place in the near future. You read of that in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, starting around the 70th verse, right? There being an insurrection against those that believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, the churches. Now, when you go into the word insurrection, it says a violent uprising against an authority or government. Okay, so what we're seeing is these various different means of technology, because as Priest has said, all of these things are funny now. You see people utilizing this technology, but we have to know and understand, okay, as the scriptures tell us, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. What the general public has access to, these Edomites have far greater technology experience that supersedes what we see out here now. To put things into perspective of how dangerous this technology is really going to be when it's rolled out. Okay, so rereading Psalm 64 and 2, it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. All right, and when you go into hide, right, that word is Strong's H5641. It says satar. It says to hide, conceal, and when you go into the word conceal, it says keep secret, prevent from being known or noticed. Okay, because we're going to need to be pretty much concealed from all of the various things that this devil is going to try to throw out to demonize us, man. All right, because his counsel is against us, the prophets, the children of Israel as a whole, but first and foremost the prophets, man, those that are privy to knowing who they are. Okay, but that's it, bro. We go ahead into these precepts.
Gotcha.
Unless you have something.
I did Luke. So this is Luke chapter 6, verse 23. 24. So like it says, but woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation.
Right. Woe unto you that are rich. Okay. These of our people that have already gotten to the bag, right? Woe unto you, man. All right, because you received the consolation. When you look up that word consolation in the Strong's definition, is Strong's G3874, paraklesis. It says calling, mere summons. It says supplication. Let me get the consolation, comfort, solace. that which affords comfort or refreshment, right? And we understand for a lot of our people to be able to establish themselves in this system to obtain what you quote unquote would say is comfort or refreshment, all right, living as the Joneses, you got to do what? You got to bend the knee. You have to compromise,
Mhm.
okay? So destruction unto you that have obtained these riches because you compromised when you received your consolations.
Con, I want to add to you because what has been brought out when you sign these contracts with these devils, as they say, you quote unquote sell your soul. You are literally giving this devil your likeness. Dave Chappelle had brought that out in his little comedy special. I forget the name of it, where he spoke about when he signed that deal with Comedy Central for Chappelle show. He literally, when he signed that contract, he gave away his name and his likeness. That's actually in the contract. All right, so he said he can't make another Chappelle show because Comedy Central literally owns his name. So as it said in this Matthew, it says, "Woe unto
Priest,
you that are
Salakia, just for you, it's called 846.
846 the water." Yeah. So in that thing, he was sharing how pretty much they own him, but they owned him and they still own him. Because once you sell your soul to the devil, you're his until you die. All right, and there's various videos of these celebrities exposing Hollywood to where they tell you that look, once you sign your name on that dotted line, the devil owns you, man. All right, and you are bound to whatever it is that you are asked to do if you want to continue to receive these riches, man. And like we said, that contract is ultimately a snare unto you, because what has been brought out, is the money that's promised to you, damn niggas. You don't fully get all of it and keep it,
Right.
because what ends up happening is that this devil will continually hit you with like tax, different tax things, or he'll do something to take a good chunk of that money, and then he'll tell you like, look, if you want to get this money back, you gotta do more sacrifices. You gotta do whatever it is that they want you to do to be able to maintain that. That's why the scriptures tell you, as we read, woe unto you that are rich, because you receive a consolation, man. You willingly sold your soul knowing the consequences of what was going to happen, because you stupid niggas knew the consequences of what selling your soul was going to result in, man. They tell you before you do it that, look, we're going to have you defile yourself, we're going to have you sacrifice somebody, we're going to have you push an agenda that's going to destroy your nation. So you niggas know what you're getting into when you do these deals, man.
Right.
So we don't feel sorry for you when you get on the camera crying that you sold your soul. I made a bad deal, I take it back. Nah.
Right. Yep. Salakia, Priest, the actual comedy special was called Unforgiven.
That's it. Yeah. 846. That was the one he did during the CVID. So
Yep.
yeah. All right. Continuing on, verse 25. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep.
Right. That's why the scriptures say, right, I wish they would consider their latter end. Okay. Because when you consider all of these things that you had to go through to obtain the riches, to obtain this status in society, you defiled yourself. You put yourself at odds with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You forwarded the destruction of your nation, right? You were in lockstep with the plans of our oppressors
That's right.
for your own betterment. But at the end of the day, right, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has said, woe unto you. The Lord has proclaimed destruction and judgment to come upon you all.
Mm-hmm. Real quick, this is Sirach chapter 10, verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such and one setteth his own
Man.
soul to sale, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. Right. So that's why the scripture we just read, it said in Luke, woe unto you that are rich, because you niggas will use that money as a mask to justify your wickedness, man. Like the one video, Ashiar Center is dealing with the whole battle rap, how them niggas are compromised. You had the one nigga who was like, man, I don't need to be here no more, man. Say my family good, man. I'm rich. You know, niggas glorifying being rich like that's the end all be all. Nah, bro. You literally coveted money and fame so much that you literally sold your goddamn asshole. You fucking sacrifice another life, you know, off to forward your wicked ass, man. You know,
Exactly.
that's the worst type of human being you could be, man. All right, is a nigga that will throw away his morals, his integrity for some bullshit, man.
Yep.
You know,
Gone. Please, I'll read Ecclesiastes.
con.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 3. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened.
Right. So to speak on that real quick, because another reason why we say you dumbass niggas, especially you rappers or anybody in the entertainment industry, all right, to sell out in the times that we're in right now is completely stupid. Because as we know, man, Hollywood is on a downward spiral, especially the music industry. All right, because it brought out that hip hop had its worst sales last year. All right, and as we see, nobody is really into this shit as much as they once were because the music is garbage now, man. All right, and so these record executives, they're literally just grabbing niggas off the street, all right, making them one hit wonders, and they come and go, all to try to just keep pumping the agenda. But at the end of the day, the economy's shot, man. All right, like I said, nobody's buying CDs no more. The streaming services that these artists are being put on, not only are they shitting you out of your out of your money, but also it's showing that they're inflating the sales for these the numbers for these people's albums and songs, man. So the whole as I said, the keepers of the house shall tremble. These economists show you that the money's worthless. You niggas is selling your soul for monopoly money, man.
Right. Clout
of monopoly money, man.
Yep. Gone. If I may, I wanted to just read off of this this article right here from Mag. It says the brainwashing has worked. Artist James Blake slams streaming platforms for devaluing music. Says musicians should be able to generate income via their music. Do you want good music, or do you want what you paid for? All right. And as the brother has said, right, the economy is shot. Right, a lot of these people, you see what people are pricing these records at, right? You see what people are pricing CDs at, cassettes at, right? It's not feasible when you consider that I could just go to a streaming platform, pay the price for a month subscription of what I would for an artist.
Yep.
To just purchase one album from them, right?
Yep.
And that also adds to what we had just read in Ecclesiastes 12. Right, and 3, right? The grinders cease because they are few. This is having an impact on the workforce in music. Okay, it's not as lucrative, it's not as profitable as it once was, right? Because he goes on to say, it says something. I'll read straight to the point. Something I keep seeing is if you're lucky enough to go viral, just use the exposure to generate income some other way. Musicians should be able to generate income from their music. Do you want good music, or do you want to get paid for? Or do you want what you paid for? He goes on to say, if we want quality music, somebody is going to have to pay for it. Streaming services don't pay properly. Labels want a bigger cut than ever and just sit and wait for you to go viral. TikTok doesn't pay properly, and touring is getting prohibitively expensive for most artists.
Right. And if I could speak on that, because touring has been the number one way that a lot of these artists get their music out and they make their money, But as I said, you're seeing that these rappers, these entertainers, period, they're all having to do multiple streams of income, just like the average person, to make sure their money is getting brought in, man. This is why you're seeing all these different. You're seeing the rappers, NBA players, movie actresses and actors. Everybody's turning into podcasters now, man. Everybody is doing multiple streams. Like you had that rapper T Grizzly. This nigga had to turn into a damn gamer on the side to be able to get money. I don't even think he rapping no more, man. But that shows you that these record labels have bled you niggas dry, man. And so that's where we're at the point now to where the AI is coming in to where this has been the thing that was, brewing, because that was about a year or two ago. You had that AI rapper that they created. Everybody was mad about because it was like a stereotype. The niggas getting beat up in jail and shit. I forgot the name of him, but matter of fact, can you pull that up? You pull out a quick video of that damn AI rapper up, but they have made that as like a test run to see how people would accept that. And like I said, it flopped because, like I said, people saw through that. They saw it was tacky, it was racist or whatnot. But how they're able to use the AI today, and you could pretty much, use the voice and likeness of your favorite rapper. Yeah, that's it. FN Mecca. So that was the test run, and it flopped. So now you have AI Michael Jackson, AI Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and these record labels, they see that, look, these people are lucrative when it comes to bringing us in money. So long after these artists are gone, we can still make music using their likeness, and it's getting so good to where shit, people are listening to that more than the original songs made from these niggas, man.
Right. And that's what James Blake, that artist, was saying. He actually says this in the article at the latter end. He says, and by the way, since it's cheaper to produce fast synthetic music to drop on streaming every week to capitalize on the strengths of the model, watch how the model is preparing you for AI generated music that pays musicians nothing at all.
See, it's all about pretty much taking the middleman out. And Jake, that's you.
That's you.
That is you. Matter of fact,
the workhorse. But this ain't captivity though, out.
But this goes to show you what's the point of trying to forward yourself here, man. If we see this is the way it goes, because here it is, you always have that divide between the so-called rich and the poor. So the average problems of the quote unquote poor, because we know there's no such thing as middle class anymore. So the lesser folk, you hear them complaining about, how the AI and technology is pretty much removing us out. You got the automated McDonald's, you got automated, trucks, all of these different, jobs are being removed. These celebrities ain't think about them being removed out of the situation as well, out of the equation as well. Well, what we see now taking place is you're being replaced. All right. You are now in the same boat as us, because now we're in a point to where I've been saying this for years. Esau is trying to make shit like that show Futurama, man. If you're familiar with that show Futurama had robotic everything. All right. Yep. And it had AI everything. This is why they showed you the metaverse in Futurama. They showed you, all right, they got robot strippers. Now we see robot strippers. All right, you got, you can. It was one episode to where you could pretty much create a robot of your favorite celebrity. We're at that point where it's getting to that. Everything is being shown to where Jake is no longer needed, and you're being moved out the way, man. So that's why we said, while knowing all this and seeing the direction everything is going, why would you still want to forward yourself? But you still got niggas with ambitions of being a rapper signed to a deal. All right, niggas got hoop dreams trying to go to NBA, NFL, whatever sport. When it's all this shit is through, man. Okay, you got something? We go back to Ecclesiastes 12.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 4, it says, "And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low."
And all the daughters of music are being brought low because, hey, this so-called music of today is straight up garbage. All right, as you just read in that article from what's his name, James Blake.
Mm-hmm.
Can you read that last sentence that you read again? What he said?
He says, "And by the way, since it's cheaper to produce fast synthetic music to drop on streaming every week to capitalize on the strength of the models." Watch how the model is preparing you for AI generated music that pays musicians nothing at all.
Right. So we see this whole microwave society, microwave mentality to where people want this continual music from these artists, not taking into consideration, the work that you have to put into your craft to put out this quality music. So now you're seeing, all right, hip hop has degraded to mumble rap, all right, where it went from lyricism to you can't even understand what these niggas is saying. All you just hear a hard beat and a bunch of bullshit on the song. This is where we're at, man. Which really, when you get into it, that shit is witchcraft, man. Because there's something else that I seen. I forget what the term was, but the guy was breaking down like when you hear, it's like a chant in the background where you can't really make up or make out. That's like actual, enchantment being thrown on to that song. And we already know too that these artists, when they finish their album up, they go to these witches and warlocks and they pray over their album, which just puts further spirits on these people out here, man. So this is how we know that this place is done, man. This so-called music, which is not really music, is trash, man. Like they used to say back in the back in the day, the older generation, like turn that noise off, man. Because this isn't music anymore; it's noise, man. All right.
Yep. Let me see here. Salakia, brother. I'm trying to see if I can find this article. Lord willing, I can find it.
No, you
But-
good. Cause
Okay.
while you getting that, I get a quick precept. This is where we at? The book of Hosea. Damn, what is that? The bag of holes. What was that 1-9?
Haggai 1-6.
Haggai. That's Haggai. Haggai chapter 1. Sorry. Haggai 1-6. It says, "You have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. But he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes." So, as we went into earlier about these so-called rich celebrities, it's coming out that your riches really ain't nothing. So you're really poor with just credit, fake riches, man. Because as we've been going through this whole lesson, if all these artists are so rich, why are they complaining about having to do different gigs to maintain that wealth? Why are they complaining about AI taking them out of the equation if they're good? Because they're really not, man. All right, it's a rat race in Hollywood on how to stay relevant. Because once you're irrelevant, you pretty much fall off the map, and those riches don't come in anymore, man. So you got to continue to put yourself out there. All right, the more outlandish you become, the more relevant you stay, man. So this all show you that this country, this society, this kingdom is through, man. And all you jakes that want to continue to try to forge yourself here, you're gonna be destroyed when this shit fall, man.
Con Priest, I wanted to grab this right quick because you had made mention of the fact that the songs, the music that we hear now, a lot of it is coated with heavy witchcraft and sorcery, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually from Michael Jackson's state website, where he spoke on the power of lyricism. Let me see right here. I'll highlight it right quick. It says, Michael on the power of lyrics. It says, singers, when they sing songs, it's like a mantra. When you repeat a chorus over and over and over. So when a kid hears a song and he starts singing that chorus over and over and over, then you start to hear it in the alpha state into the subconscious mind.
Mm.
So you start to become the song or become what you're saying.
Mm.
So here it is. You got Michael Jackson, one of the top artists of the past century, right? That's telling you, look, there's heavy influence within the music that's being promoted. You also had Kanye West when he went on the Noriega podcast, Drinks Champs. He touched on that point too of how there's an intentional influence to try to stoke flames of how could I say wickedness amongst our
Yeah.
people specifically.
Degradation.
Exactly.
Yeah, because if I can add to you, this is why, as we've been brought out multiple times throughout, the years, hip hop it was a psyop created by the CIA to destroy Jake, and this is why over a period of time, hip hop has degraded into what we hear today. All right, to where it went from, you had this guy named Crank Lucas, he had did hip hop through the years, and pretty much when you watch that, it shows you how hip hop started out, with Jake, rapping about everyday life, the struggle and all that. You had the drug dealers, trying to the different thing Jake had to do, to get by, which was sell drugs, and then now you got to the point to where Jake is rapping about being the druggie. So you went from being the seller to the buyer, man. And you see all these different, these rappers that's being promoted now. All these niggas are pushing Moism, they're pushing witchcraft, and they're blatantly telling you that they worship Satan, man. And like I said, these songs, as Esau continues to pump them out to you, all right, the Lil Uzi verse, the Sexy Reds, this new generation rap is totally demonic, man. And look what it has done unto the people of today, man. All these little niggas is demonic, and these people that still listen to them. You got old people trying to emulate Sexy Red, all right, trying to be like Lil Uzi, Lil Wayne, and all these. It's bugged out, man, because Esau knows what the power of music does, man. All right.
The brother Kwanawaf, a Shalom Amaki Al-Bashim Al-Shabrakatah,
Shalom.
he put up, he just sent me the definition of a word, incantation. It says,
hey, Slocky, before you read that, it's the spirit. He said that because you spoke about mantra. I wanted to get that definition real quick before you read that. So mantra, it says a sacred message or text, charm, spell, counsel, literally instrument of thought. It says to think, meaning sacred text used as a charm or incantation.
man, yeah, it's on point, because that's what they're literally doing, is they're putting a spell on him, right?
Exactly.
I can't remember what artist it was that said, "I put a spell on you." I think it was Nina Simone. I can't remember.
Yeah, that was her.
Yep. But yeah, that's literally the vibration that these musicians they put out. Now, the definition of incantation from the brother Kwanawaf says the use of spells or verbal charms spoken or sung as part of a ritual of magic, right? And one thing, like you made mention of these artists, these newer artists, it's become so evident with wickedness being promoted on a high level. When you go to these concerts, and I've had friends that have gone to different concerts in the past, just naming a few artists: Beyonce, Playboy Cardi, Travis Scott. They've told me, like, look, when I went up into that concert, it was like, what the fuck? Like, it was like you was in a ritual, because that's what you're actually engaging in with these artists, man.
Okay. No, that's true, because we literally had that. We felt that when we went to the Larry June concert. He had his brother performing, and the first song that he performed was the Hail Mary song from Tupac, but he didn't perform the whole song. He just performed the beginning part. It was just the "Come with me, Hail Mary, run quick, see, look what we have here now. Do you want to ride or die?" And he kept saying that part over and over again. And you can see the people. It's like they were coming under the spell. And we looking around like, yo,
what
you niggas not see this shit?
Crazy. But just tying back into the point, man. You Israelites out there that have compromised for the betterment of yourselves only, right? Prepare yourselves for a grievous judgment, man.
That's right.
Okay, because you musicians have set up yourselves in this system as leaders, man. All right. You know,
Yeah.
this is Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 1. It says, "Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith Yahweh."
That's
Right? And when you look up that word pastors, it says a minister in charge of a Christian church or a congregation. It says, let me see here. I'm gonna try and find a better definition. Salakia.
I got you. I'm on the Edamon right now.
Con.
So it says pastor. It says a shepherd, one who has care of a flock or herd. It says a spiritual guide, a shepherd of souls.
Right, a shepherd of souls, a guide, man. All right. You are to be you artists have taken the seat of leaders and guides within the community of the tribes, man.
Facts.
Okay. And with this power of influence that you have, you didn't do anything of betterment, right? Everything that, well, you did have certain artists that would try to, but we know what happened to them when they would try to go down that road. Esau would clip their ass, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for those that have had a long lasting career of influence within our tribes, they've done nothing but promote wickedness, man. All right. And destroy our people and disconnect our people further from their power.
Like if I can give you an example, because you know about this too, with Lauryn Hill. All right. When Lauryn Hill, dropped her album Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, that song has spiritual, annotations all throughout it. All right. And her being involved in the music industry, they pretty much, blackball her, to where she doesn't even want to sing anymore, man. Because she only had one other project after that. Because like we said, once she signed that contract, she can no longer release music under the name Lauryn Hill. So what she do, she had the other album, the MTV Unplugged, where I think she went under like Miss Lauryn Hill or something like that. And when you listen to the MTV Unplugged album, she's literally singing about the truth. And what did Esau do when they reviewed that album? They totally ridiculed her. They called her crazy. They blackballed her to the point to where, like I said, she doesn't even make music anymore. She'll tour, and do certain songs, but for the most part, like you said, somebody that tries to make positive music and uplift our people, they're demonized or they're completely taken out, man.
Yep, that's right. Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 2, it says, "Therefore thus saith Yahweh, power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. You have scattered my flock and driven them away and have not visited them." Right? You didn't tend to the shepherds. You didn't tend to our people appropriately. Right? You didn't nourish our people. Right? You didn't care for them because you just saw that you had the opportunity to get ill gain for yourselves, man. All right. To where it was the detriment of your entire nation. Okay.
God. And really, this is the what they say that saying was the chickens coming home to roost. I think that's how you say it. But here it is. You did all this to forward the wickedness to provide, riches for yourself. And look what Yahweh Shema Shah is doing to you, man. He's stripping all opportunity for you to continue to forge yourself to where you ain't even going to be able to continue to sustain your way of living. All right, you're not even going to be able to put out your own substance soon, man. Because like I said, you're being moved out the way because Esau's saying he no longer needs Jake, man.
Yep. It says, "Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith Yahweh," as the brother just said, that the chicken's coming home to roost, man. All right. This is all the will of Yahweh B'Shem El Shai, because what have we seen continuously year after year? We've seen an increase in the death of these artists. We've seen an increase in the exposure of these artists and the inner workings of their secret societies and how they deal amongst one another, right? And how it's been nothing but what? Wickedness, man.
That's right.
It's been little strains of righteousness found within these remnants of these spaces of music, right? But as the scriptures say, what? A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. So all of that shit wicked, man.
That's right.
Okay? Everything that's going on within the inner workings of this system that Esau has set up puppet leaders to be able to have influence over our people is getting thrown down, man. And Yahweh Shem Shai is visiting these leaders, man.
Mm-hmm. And the scripture tell you that the curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked. Now we know that's dealing with Esau, who is the wicked, but you niggas have made, your home in wickedness. And therefore, Yahweh Shem Shai is visiting every last one of you sellout niggas, man.
Yep. This is Isaiah chapter 28 and 14. You can speak on this, priest.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore hear the word of Yahweh, ye scornful men that rule this people which is in Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement.
Right. You sold out, you signed them contracts, you agreed to be a pawn to be used to destroy your own nation. All right. This is the Lord's address to you.
It says, when an overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves.
Right. So when you signed them contracts, that's even dealing with, Israelites, that sold out to Esau too. You thought that when this devil, brings his new world order, that he's going to give you a pass, that you're not going to have to suffer the same straits as the rest of Jake. But you're realizing now that covenant that you made is worthless. All right, because here it is, this devil is shifty to his own kind. How much more to Jake? All right.
Exactly. And that's what Jake is starting to realize in these last minutes, man, before the return of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. Right. There was no other way but him.
Exactly.
You tried to
Sorry, go ahead, bro.
Nah, Jake tried to find another way, and now you found yourself in a worse condition than before.
Right. And like I said, you can't feel bad for these people, because you have many examples of Esau, stabbing you in the back real quick. This is one of the most notable ones. This is Psalms 55 and 20. It says, he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He has broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Right, because when Esau came over here, he made over 500 treaties with the so-called Native Americans, the Gadites. All right, how he was going, they was going to share the land. All right, how they was going to live in harmony amongst each other. And what happened, man? Esau broke every last one of those covenants, man. All right, and what ended up happening, man? As we see today, the Gadites and the Northern Kingdom, because it was a mixture that owned this land. They don't own shit. They were pushed off into different reservations. There was millions of Northern Kingdom, specifically Gadites, that were killed. And what do they have to show for it? Nothing now, man. All right, but this man will come to you with feigned words, man. Like it says in Sirach 12 and 10, never trust thine enemy. So you should know coming into the situation, what's up, man. That's why the wisdom that we get from the scriptures tell you on what to do when you're dealing with the rich man, man. The script talk about when you come to his table, eat not none of his meats, man, because with the meats is gonna come a caveat, man. All right.
Mm-hmm. I got something right quick, if I may, Baba Kushah.
You got it.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7. It says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. The point, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Okay. Yeah. So you being covetous, you seeking after these riches, you seeking after the gift, the gain of this world, your mind completely was destroyed, right? You was, like, as the brother has said, you was doing X, Y, and Z to try and get in to stay relevant within the world of Hollywood, but really at the end of the day, the chickens is coming home to roost.
Mm-hmm.
All of that shit is being exposed. We are in a time of great exposure, man.
That's right.
The truth is being declared, as it tells us in 2 Ezra 6 and 28, man.
That's right. Yeah, because Esau will play on that. He'll play on that, man. As it said in that first part of that verse. All right, it says oppression maketh a wise man mad, because, hey, when Jake, is quote unquote in the struggle. All right, you have a lot of these Jake that made conscious music, literally, crying out, for the oppression that's being done. That's why You know what I said in the songs where it talks about hearing the songs of Babylon. You know when the Babylonians took the temple down. I know some
Oh,
songs go
raise
a
it,
little
raise
bit
it.
that. Yeah, that chapter. You get that real quick.
I got you. This is Psalms chapter 137. You want me to get straight to the point?
Yeah, the verse about let us hear the songs of the song of Israel or something. I forgot exactly how it's worded.
I got you. This is Psalms chapter 137 and verse 3. It says, I'll start at 1. It says, by
Yeah,
the
start
river
at
of
one.
Babylon, there we sat down. Yeah, we wept when we remembered Zion.
Mm-hmm.
We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof.
Mm-hmm.
For there they that carried us away captive required of us a song,
Mm-hmm.
and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion.
Right, because Esau knows that we're a people that thrives in music. Music is a very integral part of our culture. So, what's the best type of music that comes from Jake? Is music on pain. All right, the different struggles that we deal. And Esau knows that's the best music that we make. That's why he'll constantly have all these female R&B singers cry about sing about the heartbreak and the different things they go through in their relationship. You hear Jake talk about the struggle of what they had to do to get on, and then once they get signed and Esau begins to work on them, all right, he fashions them into these demons that we see today, man.
Right.
Perfect example. We have Kanye West, man, or Ye. All right, when this nigga was had that hunger to get on, and a good documentary to watch on that shit. When you watch that Genius on Netflix, it shows you the transition that he went through to turn to the bug out that he is now, man. All right, but before he was on that top echelon level, he was rapping about the struggle, man, and that's when you're most relatable to the people is when you're making music on things that we all go through. All right, and then once they get them in the door, that's when they start molding you to the image that they want, man. All right, well, can you read verse 4?
Khan. Psalms 137 and verse 4 says, how shall we sing Yahweh's song in a strange land?
Right, because like Apostle Tahar, he goes into really, we shouldn't have any upbeat songs in Babylon, man, because we don't have anything to really rejoice about, man. The things that you hear Jake rejoice about, the party music, the things that sound like it's about prosperity is really vain, because
Right.
truthfully, we have nothing to really rejoice in. Because when you hear about the songs that we sing in the scriptures, if you look on, like, a good thing I like doing when I read in the GNT, because the GNT normally gives titles to different scriptures. A lot of the songs and the Psalms and Psalm, it's like the verses or chapters in Psalms are actually songs that were sung. All right, you have a lot of songs of victory. All right, a lot of songs of praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right, the song of Moses, man. These different things are how we give praise to our power. But the songs that are being sung today, they're giving praise to Satan, man. All right. So really, Jake shouldn't be making music on this side, man. All right, because we don't have nothing to really make music about. But the songs are still being made because we're the Lord's people. We gonna sing regardless, man.
Yep.
And we're the ones that's singing the most right now is the men of the Lord singing this new song, man.
A new song. That new song was the greatest hit. Nothing could compare. I'll jump back. I wanted to feed off of this right quick in
Go ahead, brother.
Isaiah 28 and 15 about the lies, how we have made lies our refuge.
Mm-hmm.
When you look up Strong's H4268, it says KJV translates this Strong's in the following manner. It says refuge, shelter, hope, trust. Okay. So our people have literally found themselves making lies a stronghold for them in the days of adversity, in the days of quote unquote prosperity, as how they view their lives, man. Okay. This is what they put their investment into: deception and lies. Okay, so they're completely in lockstep with this devil and in opposition of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay,
Yeah.
because
Yes.
when you come to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, when you come to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, excuse me, you have to serve him in sincerity and in truth.
That's right.
Okay,
That's right. Because it tells you, I believe that's in Matthew 27. All right. Our people have built their foundation on a house on sand. Their foundation is sand. But the elect, our house is being made, on a rock, which is Yahweh Shai, man. All right. So as we're going to read in Isaiah 28 and 18, Jake is going to see that they trusted in vanity, because King Solomon said that, man. Vanity, vanity, all is vanity.
Yep.
Because here it is, you niggas literally have everything, and you're not satisfied, man. As we see, because one of the things that Satan does whenever he gives you, your heart's desire, is he overloads your lust to the point to where you're not satisfied with what you have, which makes Jake venture off into this other stuff, man. Like, crazy. I've been hearing this a lot within the last few weeks, like dealing with Jake. Esau knows Jake love women, so he'll bombard you with all these beautiful women to the point to where these niggas, get they full of women, to where these women no longer satisfy them, which is why you start seeing Jake go into Moism, man.
Damn.
That's how Satan gets you, man. And that's how we know that it's not worth it. This society, this world is not worth trying to forge yourself here, man. Because the flesh, like scripture tell you, the flesh is never satisfied, man. Okay.
Yeah. That's what's that Biggie song, right? More money, more problems.
That's it.
These artists, they tell you, they show you it in their interviews. They show you it in the articles that are posted about them when they have their little moments of where they break, right, in this man's system. As the brother priest Amawan has highlighted throughout this lesson countless of times through the Holy Spirit, this is not our rest. You have no business chasing after the endeavors of this world, because the fashion of this world, pursuant to 1 Corinthians 7 and 31, will pass away.
That's right.
Okay, it's evident what we're seeing happen right now is indicative of that passing.
That's right. This shit through, man.
Yep. I'll read that last verse, and that's all I had. Isaiah 28 and 18, it says, "And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it."
Right. So when Babylon is destroyed, you're gonna go with it. All right. As we see, when this economy collapses, there goes your riches. There goes your fame. All right. There goes everything that you quote unquote worked so hard for, man. All that shit is gonna be done away with. That's why at the end of the day, the scriptures tell you labor not to be rich, man. Because nothing is really appreciated here. All right, because you see all it takes is one bad news article, and now you're public enemy number one. A perfect example, Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez was a great artist, and the moment that whole Meg Thee Stallion situation happened, that nigga is hated. He was hated, man. Michael Jackson, as you mentioned, was one of the greatest artists ever lived in this time. When them child molestation charges began to get put on him, that nigga became a laughing stock, man. Because by the time I was growing up, we knew this nigga as a child molester more than we knew him as being an artist.
Yeah.
So that goes to show you your covenant with Esau is really worthless, man. And it's gonna end up with you being destroyed, man. That's why the scriptures tell you, riches profit not in the day of wrath, man. All right, they mount up like wings and fly away, roughly paraphrasing, man. All right, so you're doing all this for nothing at the end of the day, man.
Yep. I just wanted to put this right quick in the screen. It's a quote from Warren Buffett. It says, "It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. right? And the brother is naming numerous examples, and we could go on and on of Israelites that have established themselves in a good seat. They look like they had it mapped out. Shit, look at OJ.
Right.
You know, he was a recent Israelite that passed away of notoriety in this world, right? Who was a formidable football player in his time, right? But what has his glory been diminished to, right? A murder charge that he was acquitted of,
Mm-hmm.
but that's all people see him as, you know.
Yeah.
So it says in
And
the letter. Oh,
I want to
Salakia.
say same with Kobe too. All
Yep,
right. All the accomplishments that Kobe did, and when he died, what was the first thing that Esau kept bringing up? That he was a rapist.
man.
You know.
It says in the latter, it says if you think about that, you'll do things differently. So, you know, in the spirit, tying everything into what we've discussed, right? We see the fashion of this world, we see how it's going, we see how things are operating and moving. Seek after the kingdom of heaven first,
Right.
and let all these things be added unto you.
Right. Because the main thing that's going to end up happening, as it says in 2 Peter 3, all these things are going to pass away. All right.
Yeah.
So all this that you did accumulated, all this, you know, to build yourself up to be this great person, all that's going to die with Babylon, man. All right. But the Lord, you know, because that quote that you put on the screen was heavy. All right. Because what it is, we're trying to build that good reputation right now. But our reputation, we're looking at is in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. All right. I got two, and then we ended. This is Ecclesiastes 7:1. It says a good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth. But the point being, it says a good name is better than precious ointment. All right. And as further add on that, this is Sirach 41:13. It says a good life have but few days. And that's what, you know, we see with these celebrities. They had a quote unquote good life, but look what's happening now, man. It's vanishing. All right. Just as quickly, you know, as they got it, see how quick they're losing it, man. All right. And it says, but the point, but a good name endureth forever. So the wicked, all right, their names are going to be blotted out the earth, all right? But it says a good name endure forever because the names of the righteous are written in the book of life, man, all right? These names of these great men are going to be immortalized, man. Anybody going to be thinking about no damn Michael Jackson, no Michael Jordan, no Mike Tyson, LeBron James, Lil Wayne, whoever. Nobody's going to be thinking about these niggas in the kingdom of heaven, man. But the name that's going to remember King David, mainly Yahweh Shai, the number one, all right? You know, all the men of renown, man. Okay, the mighty men, the men that's still spoken about to this day. Those names are enduring even in quote unquote modern times, man. So in the kingdom of heaven, these names are still going to be notable names, man. You know, so that's what you should be laboring for, not no goddamn record contract or no accomplishment trying to be in the Hall of Fame and none of that bullshit, man. Because that's all going to go away once Babylon's destroyed, man. All right.
Priest, what was that precept you quoted? Sirach what?
Sirach 41:13.
Water.
Mm-hmm. So Jay, hey, get your priorities together, man. I already said, man, if you know that the wicked is going to be blotted out the earth, you should be moving different from the rest of these people, man. You know, because we want to be immortalized, man. We want our names written in the book of life that's going to be remembered forever. All right.
God.
But that was it. That's all I have.
God. Hey, Lord willing, your brothers and few sisters was edified through the Holy Spirit.
That's right.
All right, we're going to close giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Ba'ashem,
Hashem,
Chavodash.
Double honors as always to our apostles and our elders of Great Millstone that taught us his truth and rule well. Peace, blessings, and mercy to the house of David, Habayalfta, without a hopeful elect. Unto you all we say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.